Thought you were
Evie,
talking
what
to
are
a
you
cat.
doing?
Hello, everybody. We are back. We have solved our computer issues, I do believe. Michael's computer was having a very stressful day, and gave it some tea, gave it a massage. It's good now. We're fine.
Put it in the hot spring.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're all in the hot
Don't
springs.
do that to your computer.
Yeah.
Please.
I got my computer some really nice new beard oil, and it just feels fresher. It's
There you
great.
go. There you go.
kinda
Okay,
need
yeah. So we're in the hot springs. Cecilia went up to her room to drop off all of her stuff, and
Your room is the hot springs.
well, I have a private hot springs.
I think we were just
That
going
was
to a
her
general
house.
room that nobody else was going to go into.
There's a main
Okay.
hot spring, I thought. Like
Yeah,
There's like
a-
multiple little alcoves, and you're going into one of those and locking the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then my hotel room also has one inside of the hotel room,
Cool.
so I can sleep next to it.
More like a B&B.
Right.
But with hot springs.
With
Yeah.
a hot spring. With
That's why it's more like a B&B.
Yeah. But yeah, now
Hotels don't
we're
have a
in
hot
like
spring.
right. But yeah, now we're in one that we've like
Unless it's a resort. I don't
taken.
know. It's complicated.
um.
So yeah, Kirkle. So we're in there. Kirkle is just like sitting, I guess, leaning against the door, kind of awkwardly, like, "Oh God, my cousin and my female romantic interests are fighting. I don't know what to do right now. Let's cut back in on what's going on."
So Cecilia's in her like robe, like holy attire thing, and it's just like, wait, we weren't going to be getting into the hot springs. This was just for a private room.
You can do what you want. I didn't really have a whole lot to talk to you about. You've been nothing but pleasant with me, and thank you for the tea.
Oh no, you've been you're great.
Your company's been lovely.
Yeah, of course.
If I have any questions, I'll just ask.
Oh, sure thing. And I just like slip off my robe and just get into the hot tub.
Love it.
Kirkle just like
Do you?
Kirkle just like slowly just like it's prison all over again.
Oh, quit complaining.
Wait a minute, my dear?
Do
you wanna be there?
Ah, sure. Private hot
Moved as a
tub.
party.
I joined the private hot tub scene.
If this was prison, you'd be hearing a lot more stuff.
That's probably true.
You know what? I've never been to jail before. How is that?
It depends.
Well, I got tortured a lot, so it wasn't that great for me. You might have a better time.
Probably not. I like being out in the open
This
space.
one here used it as dating service, so
What did?
Oh,
what,
oh,
look,
was it
look.
that sang a lot?
I don't think they were expecting you two to hit it off so well. Let's just
You
be
put
real.
a cute tiefling in my room. What do you expect? Just saying.
She was nice. I miss her.
Moving on. Okay.
Yin is just leaning up against the wall, like watching your interactions, because it's the more you guys talk amongst each other, the more I'm learning about you
Sure,
and learning what you've done. So this is good intel gathering.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Oh, by the way, Cecilia.
Meanwhile, Andrella has simply removed the winter cloak she was wearing and set her bag against the wall, and then is just standing there.
I'm in the hot tub, just stretching out, getting my muscles like unhinged, and trying to get some of the honey off my hand.
Kirkall's just like waiting for his two people to like talk to each other and just like doesn't know if he should like start it or it's very much that I know this person. How do I introduce them? Shit.
Well, you do an introduction.
that
Would
moment
have been a great, but that's over.
All right. I'm leaning up against the far wall, so there might be a little bit of distance between us. But because we're in a room, like I don't have to really keep my voice down. let's start over. My name is Yin, and I'm gonna put up my hand. What is your name?
I glance at the other three.
Princess?
Well, I am Princess Andrella Strepiev of the Wilsonland country. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bow a little bit to you. I understand some courtesies. And then I'm going to kind of slyly turn over to Kirkall and mutter really quickly in Orcish, this is what you got involved with?
He like points to the Kurhat tattoos, the like weird like orcish soul binding thing. He's like, yeah.
Back to Andrella. I can help you guys, but I'm going to have to ask something of you.
What is it that you think you are helping us with? I'm not
Whatever
sure
your quest is.
I'm not sure if anybody has made a request of you for assistance or something. And I'm looking at Kirkall.
Can I just he looks at Yen and he's like, can I just take this one for just a second?
Yeah, go do what you have to do.
Andrella, the reason I was arrested was because I was a spy.
Okay.
I've been missing for 6 months. My mother, her aunt, asked her to come and find me. That's really it.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Didn't know you were a spy.
I didn't really tell you because I didn't think you needed to know.
Really? What were you spying on?
I was trying to see if you all were still losing the war.
Oh, well, I guess you got that answer.
Not really. I got arrested before I did.
And what were you going to do with that information?
We were just
Is
trying to...
Is there something more happening here, Kirkall?
My job is to get information.
Mm-hmm.
And I got that information. I thought I got that information, but I failed.
Regardless of the way you may have gone about it, you currently have that information.
I still failed. The information's outdated. My station is irrelevant, and up until this point, I assumed everyone thought I was dead.
So Andrella's posture has definitely changed. She has gotten significantly more straight, like standing with the authority that she is accustomed to, and she crosses her arms. She looks at Kirkall and she goes, "Are the Jade Horde interested in knowing if we're losing the war so that they can move in on this?"
They're interested in losing the war to figure out who their neighbors are going to be so they can defend themselves if necessary. Cadrea expands incredibly quickly. Up until now, the mountains have acted out as a buffer zone. And now they don't. At least I think they don't. I haven't really seen that many people in uniform running around this area.
Michael, do I know the Cadrean tactic at play here?
I mean, Cadrea is not like a country. It's like a city-state that then conquered everything around it in like a mushrooming expansion.
Mm-hmm. But do I understand the tactic at play here of the sort of like go into a place and just sort of destroy it, not necessarily take it over?
That's not something they've done before.
Okay, so I don't. Okay.
You don't. You do understand the value of knowing who your neighbors are going to be in the foreseeable future. Like that
Right.
doesn't seem like
Which
a
is
totally
why I
unreasonable
stopped-
thing.
That's why I stopped the line of interrogating questions, because she's like, all right, well, that's sensible, but I don't like not having known this. Okay.
And now he just like steps away. Like clearly you probably don't want to talk to me anymore.
Well, I think that they're just the tensions between them have shifted a bit. Is really what I think has happened. So she turns back to Yin and she says, "So you were sent here to get him. Is this for a desire of mother for son love and his personal affections, or was this to make sure that you could retrieve any informations that he had picked up?"
His mother simply wanted him home. That was it. Inter-family matters. I'm sure you understand, being royalty and all.
Indeed. I want to insight check her. Looking, because like I'm on edge now.
I mean, are you deceiving? Like
It is a truth. It is a truth.
roll deception just to see if she can tell that you're obfuscating something.
Okay.
So should I roll insight?
Yeah, roll insight versus Yin's deception and see what happens.
Ooh.
Okay, you got to beat an 8.
I have -1 in deception.
Well, you have to roll a 10, so
50-50. Oh!
Yin is clearly not saying everything.
Mhm.
Wow. I'm not charismatic.
So here's the thing. I just found out that one of these individuals in this room hasn't been being particularly truthful with me.
Gotta glance over at Kirkall.
This isn't going to be a behavior I'm going to tolerate in the future, starting now. And I kind of look at you. So if we want to continue to interact and figure things out, it would be great if we could all be on the same page.
I feel like you have a lot to tell me if you want me to catch up with you guys.
We're not the one asking you to join our party. You're the one asking to join us.
I have a boon to offer. You needed that Sylvain's hair, didn't you?
No.
I'm gonna look a little flustered. I had some cards on that one.
Yeah, no, that's not how that was supposed to go. Just
Yeah,
straight,
I'm a
no.
little deflated.
I
Oh,
kind of give Cecilia that look like that. Do we need her hair?
I don't know how you found out that there was a desire at some point for her hair, and I glance at the rest of the three of you. But that is no longer going to be the case. I'm not going to take the hair from somebody who clearly is not. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make somebody else pay that price.
it's probably the most admirable thing you've said since I've met you.
It feels like a bird.
Underhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Oh,
which
I'm
is-
amazed that you can still wear that same dress from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's definitely like Andrella shifts her stance a little bit to, oh, we're not on neutral terms. There's hostility here.
There's been hostility the whole time.
Why do I feel? What?
Oh no, she'd been doing neutral terms because as far as she
Ah.
understood, you and her had just met. She didn't have an opinion of you, but she's now switched to, oh wait, oh, we're hostile here? Well, that's gonna change some stuff.
You see,
you
Echo
two-
kind of goes deeper into the water a little bit. Just-
Aren't you like 7 feet tall?
Yes.
but it's hot spring water, so it doesn't.
Kirk is just
like,
looking at
hide-
Cecilia like, help, 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 help.
Just trying to get into that water to hide.
Diffuse tension, please.
Okay.
Lots of sparking tension.
Okay, so
Now I don't know who I'm shipping anymore.
get my clothes back. Step out. Now that you've found Kirkall, what are your intentions, Ian?
I have to bring him home, but he does not want to leave. So I need to stay with you guys to watch him so I can't lose him again.
Okay.
Port back home and let his mother know that he is safe?
That is not what I was tasked to do. I have to bring him back home.
She's a shadow monk. Don't.
I'm gonna glare at you a little bit, like
They take these things very seriously.
Kirkall.
Oh my god, I just outed myself as a spy. You can handle it.
That was your business. You were just as bad when you were a kid.
Oh, fuck off.
Just saying this is
Gonna shoot
adorable.
you a glare.
You see, I'm just keep sinking slowly into the water. Like it's gonna take a while because I'm very tall.
Yep.
Oh my god, just because.
Andrella, so you intend to get help with your your sniffles from Kirkall's gods?
What the help? I don't know what form it's going to take.
Kirkall. How would that work?
A powerful enough servant of the Ravens could, in theory, help. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not very good at this kind of
Raise
stuff.
an eyebrow, and I look at Yin, and I'm like, "Are you a servant of the Ravens?"
No. Well, not in the same way.
I'll agree with him.
Say a god offered to help. How would that situation play out? Do you have any? Does that happen often, or do you have any tales, or is there a process? Okay.
Bianca, yes.
Yeah, no, I figured he'd.
Yes. And so he's just like, I mean,
So if I needed to talk to my god, there are ways. Is there a way we could talk to the one that talked to Andrella?
Kirkall,
points at Yin.
Are you so out of touch that you can't remember how to commune with your own gods?
I do it differently, okay?
You have grown far from the right path.
Oh my god,
He don't know the way.
Thank you, Echo. Did you raise your head from above water to say that? Okay.
He don't know the way.
The green-eyed raven comes to me in dreams.
Okay.
That's different.
It wasn't a dream.
Both
times they were physical, real manifestations in front of me.
Do you know which ones talked to you, Andrella?
Well, the green-eyed, you guys were there for that.
Right.
This time it was gray.
Okay, gray.
Yeah. Kirkall, Yin, I suppose you can answer this perhaps better than him even, if he's apparently got some problems in this department. How many raven gods do you have?
There's around 5. Depends on the orc that you ask.
Okay.
Okay.
So you've met 2.
Why
You should consider
so
yourself
many?
blessed.
Because they all do different jobs.
Sure. As gods do.
The green-eyed raven is the god of is the farrier of the souls of spies and rogues. Points to him and Yin.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
The blue-eyed raven, the god that ferries the dead of the wise. The red-eyed raven, those that die in war. The gray-eyed raven, those that die tragically of maladies, and the white raven, the raven for the cons.
What was the last one? Sorry.
The white raven, the raven for the cons.
Right.
Like the ruling, like rulers, kings.
Ah, okay.
So, gray-eyed raven, those who die tragically of maladies. Doesn't that seem too counterintuitive to wanting to help me then? Wouldn't their intent be that they would
No.
Well, from what I understand, they don't want death. They help those that die. They take their souls and take them where they're supposed to go.
Bingo.
It's not that they would want you dead. So, if they have taken some sort of interest in you, they might be willing to help.
I'm very impressed
Wow.
by Cecilia's interpretation. Yin has got like mad respect.
The gray-eyed raven sometimes sends healer. Well, gives people the ability to heal. Not
Okay.
in the same way Cecilia does, where she can knit wounds closed, but curing illnesses and removing curses.
And it's a powerful blessing.
Mhm.
So he would be the one to talk to fix your sniffles.
But he already talked to me and said that that was in the agreement.
Okay,
well, then we wait.
should we? Would it be better if we headed to your homeland for this to happen, or?
I thought that was the original plan.
Well, yeah, we could take. We could. You can go say hi to Mom.
I like this plan. This is good. This works.
Andrella can hopefully talk to your god.
Again.
Again.
The actual reason I had for going to the Jade Horde was to ask for their assistance in managing the problem in this particular.
That too.
And you had made it sound like perhaps that would be a difficult thing to do, but your gray-eyed raven god seemed to suggest that they wanted the city cleansed and whatnot as well. So
Yes.
if one of your gods was of such a mindset, then your people, king and the armies, they could be more readily made of such a mindset as well, right?
In theory, but if your god said to you, muster your armies and march for war, right the fuck now, how quickly would your country
I'm
react?
fairly certain my mother would do it right away.
Okay. Then maybe. That's a question for the king.
Well, this is a question that I would hope to get a little bit more certainty on because, well, it is the agreement that I made with that god. And if going all the way to the Jade Horde is less likely to secure a way to handle what's going on in Aiken, as agreed, that I need to do, I should go someplace else. I should perhaps seek the North folk or go to the Princedoms and find if any of them maintain loyalties.
I think I don't understand. Are you seeking the aid of the Jade Horde? And in what cause?
Specifically in the cause of restabilizing this region, but more directly in undoing whatever terrible thing has occurred to Aiken.
There's a plague of undeath there.
Huh. Okay. I can help you secure the aid of the Jade Horde. You understand I have that influence.
I do not understand that you have that influence. You have simply told me that you are a person here to fetch another.
Well, it sounds like these two have some pull.
I can work my old contacts, and she
This is
could.
what you had said we would be doing from before. Yin, however, simply said she's here to fetch you. I don't
Which is my
understand
ultimate
Which-
goal.
what power that means she wields within the society itself.
Watch her punch something and you'll see.
You're awfully presumptuous. You haven't even asked what else I could do. You're just assuming I can't do
did
anything.
Ask. I pointed out that you made an assertion which you have yet to provide evidence for.
I mean, yeah, and you could, in theory, talk to your master and get the might of the monasteries behind you. Like, you could
Kirko,
just
stop.
bring in a bunch of war monks. This is GM talking to player.
Okay. Yes, okay. Like, Kirko, you're throwing out all my secrets.
No, I'm just telling Bianca the
Yeah.
player, Yin does have the connections to be like, hey, Auntie Queen, hey,
I think
person.
I had some connections. I was just kind of making it up on the spot, and I
Oh,
figured
no.
you would let me go with it.
No. I'm affirming you're making it
Yeah,
up on
yeah.
the spot.
Excellent. Okay.
And Angela's basically saying, Pix or shut up.
Yes.
Shut up, shut up, shut up,
Goddamn
shut up,
shit.
shut up.
It's like a really annoyed sorority induction. Just like,
And
I know you're a legacy, but like, why? I know you're like this person's cousin, but like, why should we let you in?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what are you gonna do to whatever your sorority initials are?
So anyways, yeah, so you can punch things and you're here to like retrieve a person, but what's your actual supposed authority that you're claiming that you have?
Let's leave it at I have a lot of influence within my community. You have to understand certain information can't always just be tossed out into the open, but I can let you know that I have the power to aid you within whatever circumstances it will call for.
It would make sense that being trusted with coming all the way here to retrieve Kirkall would mean you, she has some level of trust from the higher ups.
Why, Kirkall's just another one of the spies that they've managed to lose. on the
Well, I
Air
mean, if-
Center
I'm gonna glance over at Kirkall.
He was trusted to come here and
to
figure
do
out.
spies work. When my mother sent spies, she didn't always make sure every single one of them came home. So
I mean, you seem like you had a pretty important job, right? It wasn't just any spy detail.
Yes. Let me put it this way. The reason I didn't bring this up was because I assumed if people found out I was still alive, bad things would happen to me because you don't let your spies sit idle for 6 months in a prison cell. So the fact that anyone is willing to come looking for me says something.
are they coming to look for you for a bad reason, though?
Well, we'll find out when we get there, but it's really fucked up if they sent my cousin, who I love dearly.
Yeah, we're great.
You see me pop my head up quickly and look towards our new monk friend. Did Coco get spankings when he was little?
What is that question?
He asked if Kirk got spanked when he was little for being a bad kid.
That's you do you.
No, she kicked my ass a lot.
I'm talking about like by his mother for being bad.
Probably not.
It doesn't seem like an orc thing. I feel like they would just hit each other with like whatever on hand.
I feel like parents don't. I feel like orc parents don't hit their kids. I feel like they just like make them work really hard to regret their choices.
I'm sure they feel like they throw objects at them, like slippers, shoes,
Oh yeah.
whatever's in the house. Nothing
Ranged
Very
weaponry.
Jewish grandmother, just like shut up.
You know what? Sure, why not? As I duck back under the water.
You popped up to ask that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't get you.
I don't think anyone does. I'm still figuring out Echo
Oh, that's
as the
great.
GM.
He's great.
Still think he's a psychopath.
Well, so it sounds like we have some semblance of a plan to head there and see what aid we can muster up for you.
Andrella, are we in accord?
Traveling to the Jade Horde to see if they're going to be willing to be of assistance seems to be the best next step.
Very well.
Great.
All right, I'm gonna go into that hot spring because it's really hot in here and feeling a little overwhelmed. I'll go dip my legs into the hot spring, hang out with Echo for a little bit. He doesn't make me. Poor Yin stressed.
So you poke up my head. So
I think Kirk just like looks around and is like, I'm gonna make ready for the journey.
Angela has picked up her things and is leaving. It's too warm in here.
Before you walk out the door, I'm gonna ask. So, Princess, when are we going?
Give us another day.
Very well.
Does Kirkall leave after Andrella?
I'm guessing Andrella leaves before him, and he's
Okay.
just kind of like standing there awkwardly. It's just
Okay.
like, shit.
And so I think I look at Kirkall and I say, so Andrella did say she would prefer nobody hide things from her anymore. If there's anything big or important that's about you that you might not have told her yet, it might be wise to relay that information to her.
Cecilia, I don't know if I'm disowned or not yet.
That detail isn't the biggest thing. I think the detail about being able to be disowned from what you're being disowned would be the bigger thing that she would like to know.
Leaning back, I'm watching him squirm awkwardly, like super
Just-
uncomfortable, like
I think he sees you doing that. He just looks at you for a second. He just like goes to like kind of try and push you into the hot spring a little more. It's just like, shut up, Yin.
I'll resist.
Yeah, you're much better at like melee
I
anything
think
than he
so.
is.
A little bit more sturdier.
He was the archer. He was the family archer.
Yeah.
sit in the back and chill.
So just friendly advice. If you want to follow it, feel free. If not,
Talk to her before I leave, okay?
you do you.
I do.
It's not my information to give, so it's.
My dad's
I will
gonna
say-
kill me.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Laugh a little bit at that.
I'm gonna get back. All right. Back to the hot
Because you
springs.
met his dad, and he's a scary dude.
I'm sure he is.
Back in the hot springs, I slip in and I looked again. Like, so tell me about young Kirkall.
He was such a dork. He would always
I'll
follow me
bet.
around.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like Yin's older than him too. So it was like big cousin Yen who was like a really badass monk, and then he'd like show her his bow and arrow and be like, boo, and she'd be like, that's shit, watch this, and she'd like punch a board in half. It's like put a hole through a fence, and he'd be like, I can't do that.
Damn right you can't.
That's what I was thinking
Some
too.
of his self-confidence issues come from like just our childhood together.
Oh, totally. a combination of you two's childhood together and the fact that his dad is like the most powerful warrior the Orcish people have ever known.
Makes for a tough childhood.
Sure,
especially
sure.
as a kid.
All right.
that's great.
What's next on the docket? Does anyone else have a scene they want to do before
Stella
leaving
went
in the
back
morning?
downstairs.
We're transforming and
Stuff's
rolling
happening
out,
with
guys.
that.
Okay. So Sophia is talking to the two people. There's the two men that are sitting there, and the two women have like got out musical instruments and have started playing. And she's bringing them drinks as you walk out of the hot springs room.
Yeah, I think I go to a small booth. Not the big table booth that we had before, but
Mhm.
just a two-seater or whatever. and like I sort of flop my cloak down and my bag, and I sit down. And I just kind of sigh. I'm like, God damn it, all this fucking shit.
Just a
And I
glass
just kind
of
of like put my head in my hands, and I'm just like,
just a glass of wine just gets set next to your like head and hands on table.
I look at it and I look up at who gave it to me.
Yeah, it's one of the women that was playing music earlier.
Thanks.
Rough night.
It's a fair assessment, yeah. I like take the wine and I like move it to take as if I'm taking possession of it, but I'm not drinking it.
Mm-hmm. I think she probably notices and is like, "Oh, that's kind of shitty. You're like scared of me."
Drella's 17.
Please,
For
you live
wine
in
drinking is minimal.
you live in fantasy Europe.
Still.
I drank more beer when I was 17 than I do as an adult.
Yeah, that's because
It
you're an
sounds like she
American child.
filtered.
That's fair.
Technically, I had my first beer when I was 4. That was an accident.
Oh wow.
Okay, I heard
Nice.
44 for the record.
No,
Billy
I
did
was
just turn
4.
30.
It was
So
one of
he
those
just
things, my dad left it on the counter. I was like, let me try.
so she just looks at you and just says, "I don't know you, but I know boy trouble when I see it.
I kind of laugh a little.
If and she just kind of leans in and she says, and she points over to the two men that are like talking business at the other table. And she's like, there are 2 things a man is good for: money and if anything starts to outweigh either of those 2 things, just walk away." And she like pats you on the shoulder. And just
That's
walks off.
horrible.
Cecilia's given you way better advice than that.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Me?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. I'm just gonna start zapping everybody the moment they touch me.
Mhm.
Here's some wine.
Shit! Why? Why does this happen to me?
You know, you really
Why?
want to. You know, you
Every time!
like. I don't even think it's a.
What is it this time?
You just seem to like buy that she's like just trying to be nice and helpful.
Okay, yeah.
So that you're just like, oh yeah, that's kind of good advice. It's a little jaded, but it's good advice.
Okay.
Take it all in.
The fuck spell was that?
No comment.
Mm-hmm.
Take it all
Alright.
in. Just drink from that Kool-Aid. That Kool-Aid.
I think I say thank you to her, and then I do take a drink of the wine because she's just being friendly and nice.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just regular wine. She's like gone back over and started playing music again. Weird music too. Songs you've never
instrument?
heard.
Does she use?
She has like a pan flute.
Okay.
And you said the other woman also was playing music?
Yeah, she has like a like one of those like little like Amazon drums, like one of the little ones that have like the cone on the bottom.
Okay.
She's like
Yes.
just like music instruments that are easy to travel with and kind of like primitive.
Mhm.
There's not like complicated. There's not like a complicated violin or something like that. Anyway, yeah. Anything else you want to do? Like Sophia is still doing her thing. She's got her hair covered again.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's an opening for that there. So, but maybe. So, I have a harp.
Yeah.
I guess maybe watching them play, I pull my harp out and I inspect it and tune it and just kind of clean it
Like
up a little bit.
one of the men like looks over at you and he rubs his like goatee and like kind of like twists at the end of his mustache and just says, play with us.
Okay, I'm not sure that the sounds will meld right.
Who cares? I'm sure you'll make everything beautiful. And he kind of like winks at you.
All right. I guess I will begin playing my harp in whatever sort of tune they're kind of doing. I don't know the song, so
Yeah, I mean, you don't, but then you start like you sort of just kind of figure it out. It feels like a natural song to play for you, even though you've never heard it before.
Okay.
That's not to say it's simple. It's just to say that you pick it up kind of weirdly fast.
Okay.
What's everybody else doing?
Listening to the great stories of Baby Corcoral. Or should I say?
That probably goes on for a while, and then we leave.
Hot spring.
Yeah. I think once we're done there, I'll head out to like the main room.
I'll join you guys. I think Cecilia and I have talked about like maybe some tea for a little bit. So we kind of decided on like I told you about the whole tea menu that they had. And we kind of bonded over like a specific like very like unique herb or fruit that is used only in like a couple of teas. So we're excited to order that one.
Yeah.
Good times.
What about Echo? Like, does Echo like tea? You into that?
No, he's more of a chocolate milk kind of guy.
Right.
That's right.
Mhm.
I'll drink your tea. Is it from your culture?
It is. It is. It actually uses. Think of herbs.
You know what?
Like
I'm
Himalayan, it uses like Himalayan salts, basically.
You have my
Goji
curiosity.
berries.
Yeah, piqued my interest. I would like to try this tea.
Okay, it's got goji berries. They're excellent.
Oh, yeah.
They're a great antioxidant. They kill all the free radicals. It's great.
I heard of it.
They go great with avocado toast.
Low key, my favorite.
Avocado toast.
It's not low key if you're just like, yeah, this is my favorite.
I just get really quiet.
Okay, whatever. All right. So
Okay.
yeah, you all come out, and Andrella is sitting with these people playing a weird song that none of you all have heard before.
I think this might be the first time everybody's noticed that I even can play the harp, though.
Yeah.
I haven't in character necessarily established before that I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think seeing that Andrella's at least playing and not just seeing her coming out here like she seems to be okay, having a decent time. She's playing music,
Yeah.
so like that's a thing.
But Cecilia, what happened last time you knew of her having a decent time in an inappropriate moment?
You got married?
No. Okay, that was the time before that. The other time. Okay, there's apparently been more than one time. Never mind.
So that's happening. That's happening.
What's
so
going on?
Roland has joined in, the Dwarven violinist, and Sophia is coming around serving drinks and food.
Like to order some avocado toast.
You're served delicious avocado toast.
Excellent.
Eventually Kirk does come back down. He's now fully dressed, except his like fingers are bandaged up for some reason. And just like sits down and looks like he wants to talk to Andrella, but doesn't because he's an awkward sad boy.
He's a sad boy. Ha 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 ha.
Meanwhile, Andrella, the entire time, this guy with the goatee is just flirting with you.
Okay, it's
Like,
fine. I'm used to it.
You're
It's
used to
maybe
it.
different, because like everybody always is like.
Well, he
"Oh,
flirts like you would
princess," and-
like he flirts like you're used to, actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, he flirts. in that like dignified, you know, hand behind the mouth, like giggle, but not the like body, like, "Hi there, peaches."
Yeah, like polite phrases of
Yeah.
complimentation and like just like yeah,
Like subtle
focused
lean-ins and like arm
attention.
touches, yeah, like
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
okay.
Like nothing overt.
Okay. So like I'm used to.
Yeah, like you're used to.
Okay. I think she's fine with it. I mean,
She's
got
used to it.
used to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Besides, you really like all these people. They seem really nice.
Yeah, and they're all really great people apparently. So
Yeah.
Great. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Mhm.
Just ordinary people. We'll know which way to go. Let it go.
So how does the night progress? Do you all just like hang out and then go to bed later, or
I think so.
Yeah. It's when
who's the last one to go to sleep?
I think that might be me. I
Probably the
don't
shadow
need a
monk.
lot of sleep.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't.
One of my best hobbies is doing calligraphy when it gets darker. You know, more shadow.
So like Kirkall is
calligraphy.
like Kirkall's gonna stay out and hang out with Yin because he misses his cousin and wants to kind of give her a hard time. But he's also like, and Yin can probably tell this. Yin has seen Kirkall be protective.
Of course.
And he's like trying to be like, I want to give Andrella her space, but something weird's going on.
Well, we're down here. Like, is Andrella still with those musical crew, or that musical crew?
I mean,
Does the sensation of them being my friends and whatnot wear off at any point?
no. You do get their names.
Okay, that's good.
The gentleman that's flirting with you, whose name is Otto. The one sitting next to him is he has a weird accent. They call him Cricket. And then the two women they go by Val, and that's the one that gave you advice about men. And then the other's name is Morgan.
Okay.
Morgan seems to be the younger of the two women, and kind of has you get the impression they're siblings, and they kind of bicker periodically, but in like the like sibling way. So, but with a little bit more bite than like how Yin and Kirkall were bickering earlier. Like they actually get a little bit mean. You get the feeling they're kind of just like grumpy people, grumpy and jaded people.
At some point, like, can I just insight the music crew to just get a general feel for them?
Yeah. Would you like to insight them?
Yeah. It's just kind of like if Andrella's gonna be hanging out with them, I want to at least make sure I'm not getting a these might be assassins vibe.
Roll it.
Screw you.
Can I give my advantage to you?
No.
You'd have to re-roll it, but
You know.
I
Roll the 2.
everything seems normal. Except for that Cricket guy. Cricket seems squirrely.
Uh-huh.
He's like shorter than the others, and he's got like really like thin hair. He looks really shifty. You get the impression he's the muscle.
Okay.
So, okay, cause I'm sitting at a table with Cecilia, and like I'm sure I noticed that you've kind of been peering a lot at Andrella. You obviously are the mother figure of the group. So Yin's gonna kind of make an observation. Are you not worried about your friend over there? And I'm gonna glance at Kirkall too, like, why are you letting this happen?
Have you ever do you remember when we were kids and we would make paper lanterns and let them fly up into the sky?
I recall.
Caring about her is like that.
But they also drifted away, never to return.
that's the risk.
You should find a better happy medium. I don't know if you've.
She sets very hard boundaries.
I can believe that.
You know what, Yin? You're all right. I said it's an orc.
Okay.
I'm glad someone besides me thinks so at this point.
Thanks, Echo. You're a pretty good cook. I dig that.
You know what? Tonight
I
seems
dig
like-
that as like the highest compliment in orcish culture.
Yes.
You know what?
I dig
Get
that.
Forget the Milton Night. Pass me an ale.
Just like you're like, pass me an ale, and then just ale in hand, and Rollins just like little dwarven eyes.
Just do the little. G- g- g-
So the one of the Val like asks to go speak to you, like starts complaining, and then it's just like, I have to pee, and she like grabs your hands, Andrella, and like starts to like lead you off.
I've had female friends. I know how this story goes. I'm apparently like, I think this person's pretty cool, so I go with her.
Okay. Yeah, she leads you to the like privy. Does anyone follow, or are they just like they're just going to pee? I guess. Nothing sinister at all going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have.
You failed your insight roll.
Yep.
There have been a lot of bad rolls right now.
Yep.
I would like to wait 30 seconds. I'm going to count 30 seconds in my head, and then I'm going to follow them.
Okay. Andrella, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Well, I'm a lot better at that one.
Burn the inspiration. Don't forget advantage. Use advantage.
No, she got a 20. She
Got a 20.
Yeah,
She,
that's
yeah,
good.
she's,
Okay.
she's good. She's good.
So, yeah, you like, she's like reaching for the door, and then just something in the back of your mind is like, that doesn't go to the bathroom.
Do I still feel friendly towards her?
You tell me.
I mean,
Like, I feel like after this, like, you've realized that she's trying to like do something to you.
okay, that's what I'm asking. Do I feel
Yeah. You're aware that something weird is going on.
I'm gonna say that's not right, and I'm gonna pull away.
But it's the bath. She looks at you and she's just like, I need you to go in the room.
No, and I turn around and I walk away.
It's like,
So,
like,
I'm guessing you both. She's just like, that's fine.
Okay.
And you two just like run into each other as you're cleaving.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll just bump into her like, watch where you're going.
Wait, to me or to her?
Oh, I thought I bumped into
Yeah,
her.
you bump into Andrella.
Oh.
She's still standing back at the bathroom and is just like,
Okay, let's redo that because I'm not that hostile.
mhm.
No, instead, yeah, if I bump into him, I'm gonna be like, oh, are you okay?
I don't know. And I look kind of confused and a bit unhappy, and I shake my head a bit, and I'm like, I think I want to just return in for the night.
I'll leave you be, but when I go back to the table, I'm gonna whisper to Kirk, I'll go make sure she's okay.
Did it say go make sure she's okay emotionally, or go make sure she's okay, bring the swords?
Is there a difference?
God, I miss home. He like stands up. He like
Another
stands.
round.
He like
You're
he
the
like.
only one drinking, Echo.
No, Kirkall getting in on this.
Okay.
Kirkall like downs his shot, and he like like grabs a bottle of wine off the bar and is just like, here we go. See how this happens. And he's going to find Andrella.
So I went back to my room. Do I know what has happened to me?
No, I don't think so. You can make an Arcana check and see, but I doubt it.
Because when
it would be a very difficult Arcana check.
how's a nat 20 work for you there, Michael?
Well,
You just got charmed. You
I'm
just got charmed, and
listening.
someone tried to take you through a portal.
Jesus Christ. So I get back to my room and I'm like, I drop everything just like on the floor. And I just kind of like grab the post of the bed and I'm just shaking. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. What the hell just happened?
Bonk, 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 bonk.
God damn it.
I look around for any kind of a weapon and I realize I don't even have a dagger on me anymore.
I'm sure there's like a bottle or something, like any type of improvised weapon.
I mean, at this point, my scepter's a better weapon than a bottle. So
Yeah, it really
I guess...
is. It does magical bludgeoning damage. 1d4. So yeah. Do you open the door?
Not right away.
Bum,
Does it
bum,
bang
bum.
again? All right. I use. Wait, do I have Mage Hand? I don't remember what spells I have. No, I have Prestidigitation. Does Prestidigitation let me open doors?
No.
Darn it. All right. I open the door. At
Kirkall's
like,
just-
arm's length.
Kirkall's
And I've
just
got like my scepter up ready to cast like.
Kirkall's just got like a bottle of wine and like a sack in the other hand.
Oh, thank goodness! And I like visibly relieve.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. That woman. I don't know. Maybe she was maybe gonna try again.
Maybe
I
gonna
just
try
like-
again. What?
I sit on the bed and I like still kind of look very shaken.
He like comes in and like sets the bottle and the bag down, and it's just like, what happened?
It was a lot like when Cecilia's friend used that magic on me to get me to drink a whole bunch. But she wanted me to go with her through some portal.
He looks down at his sword, so he's like, shit, okay. We should probably go get the others and be prepared to leave as soon as we can. I don't think we should travel at night, but might want to keep watches.
Who are they?
I don't know.
You know
They
what?
seem
I want to know. She just gets up and stomps out of the room.
Oh yeah, I have to say, I'm probably on my 5th drink right now,
Mhm.
and I'm like, yeah, arm wrestle now.
Oh, good.
make
We're
opposed
ready for-
athletics checks.
Yes.
Make opposed athletics checks.
Ah, I think you got me.
Well, I don't know where I put my roll 20. There it is.
Yeah.
So what happens is you guys just go like that, and then you just
Yeah.
You see me just have that.
Maintaining
You see me
eye
have that look on my face? It's like, GG.
yeah, good game. Yeah.
Good.
So
Another round.
after Kirkall leaves, Val comes back out. She says something to the others, and they all just like stand up.
Hear what they said if I was listening.
Perception check, please.
Okay.
Any
I mean, that's a bit suspicious.
mhm.
I'll do one.
Yeah, go ahead. You can both very clearly hear them say, Val says, I think she figured out what was going on. We need to leave.
over at Cecilia, like, give you eyes.
And then Cricket like sniffs real hard, and then like stands up, and you can see he's got like this really kind of like nasty looking like curved knife,
Just out?
like on his belt, and his hands like resting on it now.
Okay.
And then the other guy like stands up and is using like a walking cane to like start maneuvering towards the outside, I guess.
Trying to decide what I want to do.
Let me know when I come storming back into the room.
I'm gonna give it a second.
Hmm. Let me make a perception so you know if I know what's going on. Jeez.
Let's. I mean, you can see people getting up to roll out, like, but you don't know what they said. You can like clearly see they're like, okay, they're moving in formation like they're expecting to get jumped.
Gonna face Cecilia. So I make a living out of listening to what people say.
Sure.
You have any thoughts on that party back there?
Sounds like they tried something.
I have a feeling it was on that princess friend of yours, based off of the actions over. And I'm gonna point to the direction of the door where Val tried to lead Andrella.
Yeah.
Huh?
So, do you normally stop people when actions like this happen? I don't want to overstep a lot of my boundaries. I've already overstepped quite a few.
Well, let's just. So, what's your thought on what to do? I just want to like. What would your plan be if right now you were just about to do something?
I would restrain them and then interrogate them for information.
And that's when Andrella comes in.
I like to say, while they're talking, Echo's kind of drifting towards the door. Like,
Yeah, you're just
with a beer in his hand, like,
So
Crickets,
I come in. What
like,
do I see?
Sorry.
You see, make a perception check.
I was just asking for a layout of the room.
Well, you see, like,
I am on point.
Everything.
So,
I see through the illusion too.
Cricket, you don't see through the illusion, yet. First off, Cricket totally sees Echo making moves towards the door, and is very clearly getting ready to fight if he has to. Val has apparently taken the lead and is like paying, and now they're leaving. The man with the mustache and the goatee is leaning on a cane that is clearly an arcane focus. And the other woman, Morgan, she seems real out of it in like a magic-y kind of way. Like she's focusing really hard on magic.
Okay. Well, I come in. Do I essentially come in where I'm gonna now be blocking their exit?
You come out on the other side of the room.
So they I don't know the layout of this town.
Would it help if I drew this out?
Where am I in relation to them and in relation to the door?
Who's north? Who's east? Who's west?
Are we expecting to have a fight
Probably.
here?
But basically, at this point, I want to know: am I in the path of their exit, or am I
You would need to
behind
move to
them?
get there.
Is
So
it
if-
hard for me to move to get there? Like,
So if this is the door and this is them, you're here.
okay,
So they can go to the door without passing you.
Yeah.
okay, that's what I was wondering. And I'm not. It's
But
not easy for
but
me to
Echo is
block
also
their
over
way.
there too.
Right, but it's also not easy for me to like block their way to just like.
You're
So,
a sorcerer. There's always a way for you to block their way.
Right, but I don't have those kind of spells. So like I can't just suddenly be in front of them. I kind of have to shout at them to get their attention.
Also, Yin, you see Korkal coming out holding a warbow and like looking ready to rock.
Okay. That's
Also,
20.
for I don't know if you've ever seen like a compound like hunting bow.
Yep.
That's what orcish war bows are. They're like
Okay.
compound bows.
Excellent. So a lot of punch.
Yes. Well, they're also meant to
So-
be fired from the back of a warg.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
So I come into the room, and
Uh-huh.
now that I see the layout of everything, I'm striding forward, and I say, Val, who are you really?
real quick. When she says that, I want to use Shadow Step and pop back over in front of the door if there's any
Can
shadows.
you remind
over
me what
there.
that does? It just lets you teleport to a shadow, right?
That's it. Yeah, within
Totally.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll pop over there and I'll have my arms crossed, my feet kind of shoulder width apart, in a very blockade kind of posture.
You see me blink a little bit when this happened,
Where'd you come from?
and I look at the beer, and I look back up.
We don't want any trouble.
Oh, really? Might have wanted to think of that before you tried taking me through a portal. Who are you?
Right, Cecilia, like, what happened?
What? Wait, what?
Who are you?
Can you make a persuasion check for me?
Okay.
I want to see if you can convince her to monologue.
I want to use my inspiration.
Ooh,
Sure.
Yeah.
I want her to fucking monologue.
Story time. yo.
24.
So she takes a half step towards
Do we want to cliffhanger it and
you.
go?
Yeah,
to
let's
break?
cliffhanger that. So the last thing we see is her taking a half step towards you.
Well, this cliffhanger to take a break and then we're coming back, right?
Yes.
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 It
Okay,
just-
you better not end the game there. I will lose my fucking mind.
I will be hearing about it for the next week.
Yes. We still have
Just,
we still have another
Michael,
hour.
Michael,
We're good.
Michael.
Okay. Break
Yeah.
is a good idea.
Yeah. So we'll be right back in just a few minutes. See you after the break.